Hey, what's up everyone? This is Ben from Epic Guitar Instruction, bringing you a song lesson today, and we're going to take a look at the Beatles classic, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, the George Harrison tune. Such a great tune, but we're going to look at it a little bit differently. We're going to do a little bit of a solo fingerstyle guitar arrangement of it. This is so much fun to do if you're just playing around at home on your own, or doing a coffee shop gig, that kind of thing. So it's a really fun tune, like I said, classic one. We're going to give you the basic structure of the chords, outline the two different sections of the tune, and then just kind of talk about how we can get some melody going along with that. With this arrangement for the tune, we're just going to take a look at two sections, basically, a verse section and a chorus section. And once you have those two down, you're just alternating between verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Of course, in the original recording, there's that great electric guitar solo, but we're leaving that be for the time being because we're just arranging this for one guitar. With a solo fingerstyle arrangement like this, it works really well for like a clean tone electric like I have today, or an acoustic works just as good. Today I chose to use the Telly with a clean Fender tone and a little bit of reverb and delay just to wetten it up a little bit. You can kind of hear that in the tone. We have some echo there on the chord, and the idea there is to not, have a rhythmic thing, just more to add some ambiance or atmosphere to the tone as you're playing through some of the fingerpick stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's grab our guitars, get going here. We have the verse progression of While My Guitar Gently Weeps. First, I'm just going to teach you guys the basic chord structure that I use for this arrangement, and then we'll talk about how to sneak in the vocal melody. So, in the verse, we're playing an A minor, and I'm going to play mostly open, rooted position chords. Our second chord after the A minor is just going to be A minor with a G in the bass. So to do that, we just reach the pinky out here and grab G. Okay, now I'm going to go to a D7 with an F sharp in the bass. I guess D9 if you want to count that E up there. Now this I think may be a little different than the original recording, but I found this chord works well for my fingerstyle idea here. I guess we'd call this D minor 7 with F in the bass. Or you could also look at that as a F6. And after the F chord, now we're back to our A minor, to a G, and then to a D. Finally to an E major. Okay, so that's the first half of your verse. To play the second half of the verse, all you got to do is swap out the D for a C chord. Okay, so second time through, A minor, C over G, our D7 or D9 with F sharp in the bass, D minor or F6, back to A minor, to G, now to C instead of D. So here's the change the second time through, and finally to E. So that gives us the basic structure of the verse. Now here's what we're going to treat that to when we try this as a fingerstyle arrangement. We're going to try to sneak in the vocal melody to those chord changes. Here's how that'll look. So that gives it much more movement. Now, obviously, when we're putting that vocal melody. So the way that I like to think about doing this whole thing when you're combining chords plus melody is to really just try to learn each piece separately. That's why first we went over the chords, and now let's just individually or separately just figure out how that vocal melody goes without the chords. And then we'll glue both pieces together. So our melody, first good melody to get down there. Second half. So just think about the lyrics of the song and then find the melody here. It's all just within an A minor scale. So if you know the scale it's coming out of, that's going to help us find those notes. So that gives us our first melody. Our second melody is more or less the same thing, and we're just going to substitute the C note for the D note, just like we did in the chord progression. Now, when we talk about combining both pieces, I think the best place to start is to simply play the root note of whatever chord you're on and try to play the melody up top. All the stuff in between, so if you have the low note here and the high note here, all the stuff in between is just gravy on top, right? But if you have that foundational bass note and you have the melody on top, you really have the good starting point or structure to build off of to take this sort of thing wherever you want to. You can interject your own creativity and kind of tweak this arrangement to suit whatever you want to do. As we're noticing as we learn this tune, we see that there's some chord changes that can be a little bit tricky. We're moving from open position chords, sometimes to bar chords, vice versa, back and forth. And so these are techniques that are good to know not just for this tune, but for so many others. And at Epic Guitar Instruction, we want to help you out with that skill. What we're going to do, what we have is a free video lesson and a coinciding ebook that basically just details how to work on this stuff in your practice time. Gives you essential fret hand techniques, how to switch between chords, open position chords and bar chords, and just, you know, some good exercises you can use in your daily guitar playing ritual that will help this part of your guitar playing get better. So click on the link below. The link below will take you and give you that free video lesson and coinciding ebook. Best of all, it's all free, so check that out. So if we're thinking A minor to start, right? So I'm just hitting that G note where the chord's supposed to change and trying to get that melody in. Let's take that once again a little slower here. Now, as you get comfortable with timing out those changes together, you can add in more finger picking, like I said, if you want to fill it out a little bit. So there I went on, but let's talk about that second half with the melody. So first we had now second half we're going to hit the root note of A minor, and then the melody note is delayed. So we're going to play So we notice that the melody is a little bit syncopated there against the timing of the chord changes. 1, 2. That last melody note falls then on the and of 4. 2, 3, 4, and 1. These are the things that you spend a little time working out before you throw in all the extra fingerstyle stuff. A here, just A to G, and then on the and of 4, followed by the root of the next chord. Let's back that up again. So notice that the melody note right here falls right before you hit the root note or bass note of the chord. One more time. Now, over the E chord, I like to do this. This is kind of borrowing from the original song a little bit. I'm going to move these little harmonized thirds of my E chord. So those are on strings 4 and 3 at frets 2 and 1. Same string set, but now frets 4 and 2. And then 6 and 4 here. Okay, so one more time, let's play through that verse. Just nice and simple, just trying to hit the root notes and the melody on top. Here we go. Second time. Now this time, as we complete, remember we just go to a C. 2, 3, 4, 2, E. Okay, so moving on to the chorus now, let's take you through it the same way, right? We'll just go through the basic structure of the chord changes, and then we'll talk about how we can get the melody in on the higher end. Over the chorus, we change from A minor to A major. So we have a bit of a pivoting key change here. So we start with A major. Then we're going to go to C sharp minor. That's closer to what's used in the original Beatles recording. But what I'm going to do just to set this up is I'm going to play more of a C sharp minor 7. That's going to help us get some of our melody later on. So good to be familiar with both there. Then to F sharp minor. Then back to C sharp. Which for fingerstyle you can use this. Otherwise that's a good choice. Let's back that up. So A major, C sharp minor, F sharp, back to C sharp, B minor, stay there, and then to E. So there are our chorus chords, pretty straightforward. Once again, we'll try to sneak in some of the vocal melody up top. So here we have same move there. Except for that time I go all the way up to this little 2-note idea that kind of outlines the A right here. Same thing we did in the verse though, off of the E. So let's break down this melody now. Starting on C sharp here, kind of part of that A chord. That's kind of how we'll want to start that out. So let's go ahead and piece that in with the chord as we learn the melody. Here's the melody once more. Now with the A chord, stating that, again, just keep it simple to start as you try to juggle the two pieces. So that's a good first section to try to get down. Slide, hit the root, and then finish the line. And then fill it out with more finger picking if you like. Now from here, we're going to, I think the lyric is "Nobody Told You," and it's just off of the C sharp, B, and E again. And that's going to be over the F sharp minor chord. Now let's simplify that a little bit here. So now what happens is we're back to the C sharp before the end of that vocal line. So you want to just have this ready to go, have that in the chamber, so to speak, to hit that in between the melody. So right before you play your last melody note there, you want to hit the C sharp note to signify that the chord has changed. Let's play our chorus up to this point one more time. Okay, now moving on. We had our B minor as our next chord, but let's go ahead and modify this to add in some more open strings as well here. So here with our B minor, so our melody while we play this B minor, B, A, B, E, C sharp, B. And again, just make sure that you hit the root note of the chord, B minor here, going to our E. Right when you hit the last melody note is right where we switch to E, and you can do that little whole chorus this time. Here we go, starting with the A. Build on that. And just fill a little bit in between the chords. And as you get that down, you can come out of that right back into your verse, and you have a nice A section and B section to go between now. right, everyone, that's going to bring us to a close for today. That's my little take on While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Great Beatles tune. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson and were able to take some things from this and, just have fun with it. It's a great tune. It's a lot of fun to put these things together in different ways and just see what we come up with. So this is Epic Guitar Instruction. Hey, if you liked the video, please do us a solid. Click the like button below and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Click subscribe too. We'll let you know when we have new lessons coming up. And feel free to share the channel with your friends, family, enemies, pets, best friends, all that good stuff. Ben's
Barnyard animals?
Yeah, your cows, chickens, sheep, pigs, dogs, whatever you got, Share. All that sharing. But we really enjoy bringing these to you. Thanks again so much, you guys. Ben from Epic Guitar Instruction, and I'll see you next time.